4th down and 6. Olbridge gotta have it. Shotgun formation. Nugent, a lot of time. Rolls out. He's running out of space. Will roll the other way. They look, corner of the end zone. Touchdown!
Rowan heading for the touchpad with the lead. And the Props will take the men's 400-yard freestyle relay.
Andrews will be in shotgun. He takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He'll throw it down the left sideline. He's got a wide open receiver. He's got the touchdown.
Motion man is Simmons. Trotman throwing towards Simmons down the field, and he makes the catch in traffic for a Bearcats touchdown.
Back to pass, middle of the field. The catch is made by Britt. She's off to the races at the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Britt is in for the score.
Back on in, here's Yoxon. Yoxon to the backhand, trying to go to the front, makes the move and shot, and he scores!
Gracie comes set and delivers. And that's it on the ground to second. Throw to first, in time, and the ball game is over. South Shore survives a late scare, and they are the 2024 New York State Little League Baseball champions. Live from Great Kills Little League in Staten Island, New York, the PDF Sports Network welcomes you into coverage of the 10U Eastern Regional Softball Championship. In our first matchup of pool play, Vermont Green Mountain takes on New York, represented by Great Kills Little League. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Joe Foreman. My broadcast partner, Nicholas Pavona, is over at the other field covering the other game, taking place at the exact same time as this one, as we await the start of our game between New York, represented by Great Kills, and Vermont, represented by Green Mountain. We will get you the full schedule for the week. Today's games include 5 pool play matchups, including 2 games going on right now. The first of which is taking place here on field number 1. That is between Vermont and New York, represented by Green Mountain and Great Kills. Over on the field where Nick is covering, we'll call that field number 2. Delaware takes on Pennsylvania. Once again, my name is Joe Foreman. I'll be on the call solo for this game between New York and Vermont. The game should be getting underway any minute now. In fact, the teams have just taken to the field. So with that, I will get you the starting lineups as quickly as I can. Up to the plate first will be Vermont. However, they are in the dugout that was assigned to the visitors during our baseball championship. So my scorecard is actually backwards. I'll do my best to get you their lineup right now. Leading off is the pitcher, number 12, Dottie Green. Batting second is the third baseman, number 17, Mackenzie Bean. Batting third is the catcher, number 13, Lily Bringa. In the cleanup spot is first baseman, number 18, Lexi Bringa. Batting fifth is the shortstop, number 7, Liliana Lowe. Batting sixth is the center fielder, number 31, Zoe Demers. Batting seventh is the second baseman, number 3, Nora George. Batting eighth is the right fielder, number 11, Serena Vanderbush. Batting ninth is extra hitter, number 10, Mackenzie Messier. Batting 10th is left fielder, number 1, Grace Winters. And batting 11th is extra hitter, number 47, Ari DeFriest. We have just the one camera angle for you here on this field. Our multi-camera setup is over at the other field, as they needed every bit of help they could get on camera over there. Not many great perspectives to shoot the second field, but we have a good perspective from in right field here on field number 1. On the mound for Great Kills, Adriana Messina. Her first pitch taken for a strike, 0-1, and we are underway from Great Kills. As I mentioned before, Dottie Green leads things off. There's a chopper on the infield. It gets past the circle and is scooped up at second, but not in time to get Green. We'll get a look at that on replay. I'm not sure if that was one that could have been easily handled in the circle, but here's a second look at it. That's one of those 50-50 balls. In all likelihood an E1, but that can go either way depending on how quickly that ball gets on you in the circle. Keep in mind, the circle a bit closer than the mound, as they've made the necessary changes on the infield to accommodate softball. You can see the rubber a bit in front of where the mound typically would be. At least it appears that way. I do indeed think that is the case for 10U. 0-1 the count on Mackenzie Bean, and she's quickly in a 2-strike hole. The 0-2, foul back. The 0-2, chop toward third, but foul. I'm working on communicating with our other field. Nick's having some problems over there. I might have him switch locations with me, and maybe I'll take over on the other field, but we've had a boatload of technical issues, most of which have stemmed from the internet. We do believe that is corrected. For me, it is. Nick having a tough time right now over at the other field, as that pitch is taken for a ball 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes, the count on Bean. And there's a swing and a miss, strike 3. So after the leadoff batter reached, Messina strikes out Bean for out number 1. And that will bring Lily Bringa to the plate.
Batting the catcher, number 13, Lily Bringa.
Bringa gets the start behind the plate for Vermont in this one. Runner on first, 1 away in the inning. And that one skips by into the backstop. A wild pitch will advance the runner. Green moves over to second. Runner in scoring position now for Vermont, 1 away. 1-0 pitch, swung on and missed. One and 1, taken downstairs, 2 balls and 1 strike. The 2-1, swung on and missed, 2-2. So with that, Messina moves 1 strike away from her second consecutive strikeout. Bringa hoping to cash in with Green in scoring position. The 2-2 pitch. Hit sharply to short. Handled cleanly. Runner takes off for third. And she is safe. Good base running by Green. And a nicely handled ground ball over at short by Pyers. Good work on both sides. 2 gone in the inning now. And with a runner on third and 2 away, Lexi Bringa will get an RBI chance.
Now batting the first baseman, number 18, Lexi Bringa.
Bringa, the starting first baseman for Vermont. And the first pitch she sees is in for a called strike 1. The 0-1, hit through the right side, base hit. And that will bring home the game's first run. Now, on our scoreboard, we have Vermont as the road team, which is correct. So apparently I did have the teams in the correct dugouts. They are in the road dugout, so I did have it correct from the start. But it's an RBI base hit for Lexi Bringa. Officially, I have that as the first hit of the game for Vermont. The game began with the E1, and the game's first run comes home. It's 1-0. And that's bounced toward the middle. They'll go the short way to second. Nicely done there by the second baseman Goldberg, and that will do it for Vermont in the first. However, they strike for a run. Just 1 base hit, 1 error in the field. And we head to the home half of inning number 1. Our score 1-0.
Awards and Trophy Center is proud to sponsor this week's New York State Little League Championship. Located at 1600 Highland Boulevard on Staten Island, we pride ourselves in not only building trophies, but building relationships as we service our community and treat you like family. Your event and its achievements deserve the best. That's why Country Awards and Trophy Center is ready to work with all of our clients to make your event a memorable one, with awards, trophies, and gifts that make a lasting impression. Come see why we love our customers and they love us. Visit us today.
New York State Little League Championship is proud to have Dave & Buster's as a proud sponsor. Where are you going after the game? There's only one place with delicious food, ice-cold drinks, games on the big screen, and fun for the whole family. Food and drink specials are available all week with the latest video games and the biggest arcade on the island. Redeem tokens for great prizes and come back often because Dave & Buster's is the place to be for game day and all the days in between. Turn on the fun with Dave & Buster's on Staten Island.
And we are back from Great Kills Little League, bottom half of the first inning. Vermont over New York, 1-0 in one of 2 games going on right now in pool play. The other taking place between Pennsylvania and Delaware over on our second field. That game is also streaming live right here on the PDF Sports Network. You can watch this upcoming week's softball regional entirely for free right here on PDF Sports Network via YouTube. Great Kills Little League, representing the state of New York, coming to the plate here in the bottom half of inning number 1. Great Kills, the host of this week's regional tournament. Plenty more to come here on PDF, but very quickly we'll get you the Great Kills lineup before they come to bat. Leading things off, second baseman number 12, Mia Goldberg, batting second. Shortstop number 2, Madison Pyers, batting third. Third baseman number 10, Ella Marchese. In the cleanup spot is the catcher, number 43, Addison Harkins. We'll continue down the lineup momentarily as Dottie Green gets set to deliver her first pitch. And that is bounced right back to Green in the circle. And there's a quick first out, 1 away. Batting fifth for New York, the first baseman, number 4, Amelia Pissarro. Batting sixth is the pitcher, number 22, Adriana Messina. Batting seventh is the center fielder, number 7, Sloan Borbolis. Batting eighth, extra hitter, number 17, Rosalie Tampa. Batting ninth, left fielder, number 28, Ariana Tricomi, as that one's fouled back. Count 0-1 on Madison Pyers. Penelope Chiaricella, right fielder, wearing number 1, bats 10th. And Amy Goldberg, extra hitter, wearing number 11, also bats 11th. Quickly the count. 0-2 on Madison Pyers up at the plate. Pyers, the starting shortstop for New York, made a nice play in the top half of that first inning. The 0-2 up high, 1 ball and 2 strikes. One, 2, fouled off. Count remains 1-2 on Pyers. New York looking for their first base runner here in the bottom half of the first inning. Another 1-2. This is low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Count even at 2. And that's taken high, ball 3. Good at bat here by Pyers to work it full. Payoff pitch upcoming. It's 3-2. And that's hit toward the right side, handled cleanly at second. And they get the out at first, 2 gone. 2 away for New York in the home first.
Now batting the third baseman, number 10, Ella Marchese.
And Ella Marchese will be the batter. Marchese gets the start at third. First pitch on its way. In low, ball 1. Pace at which these pitchers are working in our softball matchup. Stark contrast from what we saw earlier during the baseball championship as that last pitch was fouled away. Perhaps some chances for some instant replay in this game. Baseball didn't give us much of an opportunity with how quickly they were moving. Our championship live stream clocked in at 1 hour and 33 minutes. That game earlier today was a lightning quick affair between South Shore and St. James Smithtown. Count 2-1 here on Marchese. Chopper to short, and that is off the glove of the shortstop Lowe, allowing Marchese to reach. First error of the game for Vermont. And New York has a 2-out base runner in the first.
Now batting the catcher, number 43, Addison Harkins.
That will bring up Addison Harkins as we get one more look at that last bouncer. Bit of a tough hop there, but one that I think could have been handled. By no means an easy play, but a routine play perhaps. And I mentioned it during baseball. Here on this turf field, we have seen some very unusual hops. Tough to adjust if you're not used to it. Count 1-0 on Harkins. There's a swing and a miss. Throw to second. Comes in time. Tag applied. And it looked like the umpire was about to signal out. Instead, the call is safe. I did not see if the ball came loose. See if there's any clarity provided by our replay. We're going to pick this one up with the runner about a quarter of the way to second base as to not miss a pitch. On that replay, I thought they had her. Count 1-2 on Harkins. And all of a sudden, she finds herself in an RBI spot, batting out of the cleanup position. That's hit in the air, foul territory, playable. And caught in foul ground to retire the side. New York strands one in scoring position. That runner reached via a Vermont error. And we head to the second, still in a one-run game. Vermont in front, 1-0.
The Staten Island Ferry Hawks are proud to be a sponsor of this year's New York State Little League Championship because one championship organization deserves another. Come check out another amazing season with us at Staten Island University Hospital Community Ballpark with great ticket and group deals, theme nights, and fireworks displays. Good luck to all of our teams this week from your friends at the Staten Island Ferry Hawks. We'll see you at the game.
K&S Industrial is your all-in-one supply and tool store for commercial, industrial, and domestic industries. A leader in HVAC supply stores, K&S provides various building and maintenance supplies for office buildings, industrial plants, schools, homes, and more. We also specialize in getting our customers hard-to-find items. If you're looking for HVAC supply stores that also offer anything else you might need, look no further than K&S Industrial. If they make it, we'll get it. K&S Industrial.
Top of the second inning from Great Kills Little League as we continue this 10U Softball East Region Championship. In our regional championship pool play round, Vermont leads New York by a score of 1-0. My colleague Nick Pavona over at field number 2 discussed the format, but in case you missed it, 2 pools of 5 teams will each play 3 games to start. They will be ranked, and then the 4th and 5th ranked teams in the pool will play one another for an opportunity to face the top ranked team, the number 1 seed. 2 and 3 will be locked in. They will play one another. This process will play out in each of the 2 pools. So 2 pools of 5. Each team will be assigned a rank 1 through 5 after 3 games of pool play. And then the 2 and 3 will match up. The 4 and 5 will match up for the right to face the top-ranked team. And then we proceed from there, semifinal, final, and then the winner of both championships will meet to decide the regional champion. Those final 3 games will all be played on Wednesday of next week. The count 1 ball and 1 strike on the Vermont number 6 hitter, Zoe Demers. And that pitch is swung on and missed, 1-2. Vermont got the leadoff runner on via an error in the first. An error on the other side put a runner on for New York in the home half. Vermont was able to cash in as that's fouled away. Comes the 1-2. Outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two and 2. Fouled off. Seen a couple of these at bats early in this game. Had one on the side of New York. Pyers battling against Green, and now Demers battling against Messina. Long look in, 2 and 2. Chop foul. Spectators in center field loving this matchup. We will do it again. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2. And there is a good off-speed pitch. And Demers does go down swinging on that drop pitch. 1 away. Messina wins that battle. And that will bring up Nora George. George starting second baseman for Vermont. First pitch on its way. And it looked like George was taking all the way, and she looks at that pitch low for ball 1. The 1-0. Up high, 2-0. The 2-0. High for ball 3. Good patience here by George, but a couple of those weren't close. And the count runs to 3-0. The 3-0 pitch. And that's in for a strike, 3-1. A called strike, 3-2. So Messina has worked her way back into this at-bat. Another full count. Payoff pitch. In for a called strike 3. Messina bouncing back from a 3-0 count. George did not swing the bat in that plate appearance. And she is set down looking for the second out.
11, Serena Vanderbush.
That will bring up Serena Vanderbush. Back-to-back strikeouts now for Messina. She has 3 through the first inning and 2/3. And that pitch is taken inside, ball 1. The 1-0. Swung on and missed, 1-1. Calling softball in the past. It's my understanding that many teams call the pitches from the dugout. And it looks like that is the case for New York here. And in terms of pace, that obviously makes a big difference. Messina ahead 1-2. And that's outside, 2-2. Chance here to strike out the side. Vanderbush looking to deny her that feat. Two. Swung on and missed. And that will do it for Vermont in the road second inning. Adriana Messina strikes out the side. And we head to the home half of inning number 2. Still 1-0.
When it comes to sports, why be good when you can be legendary? At Legend Sporting Goods in Brooklyn, we service the community with only the best custom apparel, embroidery, and service, specializing in youth sports, so that the leaders of today become the legends of tomorrow. We're proud to support all of this week's great athletes and invite everyone to check us out and make us a part of your team. Come see why Legend Sporting Goods is in a class by itself. Visit us online or call us now.
Staten Island Academy is the only pre-K through 12 independent school on Staten Island. And it really is designed for students to go through the entire educational experience in one setting.
What the Academy seeks to do is take every student to accelerate their gifts and their strengths and to find those gifts and strengths that are yet unknown.
I think the community is something that you can't match anywhere else. It just makes you feel comfortable doing what you like to do every single day.
Now batting the first baseman, number 4, Amelia Pissarro.
Amelia Pissarro, the batter. Home half of the first inning about to get started from Great Kills Little League. No score for New York. In the bottom half of the first, they did get a runner into scoring position. Vermont cashed in for 1. However, they were turned aside in the road second. The game remains 1-0 as that is chopped to third. And playing in, that was handled nicely over at third base by Bean. Quickly one away in the inning as Pissarro is retired.
Now batting the pitcher, number 22.
We did just receive a note from our off-site producer. There is a serious storm incoming. It is a torrential downpour currently in New Jersey. If it begins to rain, we will have to go offline. Over at field number 2, 2 of our 3 cameras are inside. So that's good news. But if it looks like rain may begin, we have to go offline here at field 1. Our only camera is outside. That's something to take note of. Meanwhile, at the plate, Adriana Messina has a 1-1 count. The sky darkens. What we'll do is move inside, hopefully remaining connected to the internet. And if we can manage that, I can call the game audio only from the window and at least give you something. That being said, if there's lightning, the teams will come off the field. So that's something to keep in mind as well. Count now 2-2 on Messina. But that will be our protocol. If the weather gets bad enough that the teams come off, of course, we would go offline then. However, if rain begins and the teams remain on, absent thunder and or lightning, we will go offline temporarily. We will move inside with our audio setup and do our best to get you an audio-only broadcast as soon as possible. Unfortunately, there's no vantage point for our camera, as that is in for a called strike 3. Messina goes down looking for the second out, but there is no vantage point for our camera to capture the field unless we are able to get the infield from the back window on our balcony here. So it is possible. We'll take a look, see if the camera inside of that window gets us a similar look. May not be as good of a look, but it will be a similar look, and that should take care of it. This is Sloan Barbolis. And we have time called down on the field. And I think they're going to the lineup cards here. And that would lead me to believe that potentially Vermont believes New York has batted out of order. Apparently that is not the case. And that looks like the right hitter up there. Always possible there's an error on one of the lineup cards as that's fouled back, strike 1. That pitch up high, 1-1. The 1-1. Taken low, 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 away here in the home second inning of a 1-0 ball game. New York looking to extend things. And they just might, as Barbolis has run the count to 3-1. They had a 2-out base runner in the first. Looking for one more here as that's chopped left side. Handled cleanly once again. A bit of a high throw brought in. Good stretch over at first base to bring that one down by Bringa. And that will do it for New York in the home second inning. We head to the top of the third. Still 1-0.
Tournament would not be possible without the great support of the Staten Island Advance. Not only does the Staten Island Advance have full coverage of the tournament, but we are committed to covering Island youth sports year-round and all news close to home. Pick up the paper today and look for great subscriber deals now for our loyal readership. Visit us online at silive.com for news and photos of this week's tournament and all the breaking news on Staten Island, the nation, and the world. The news of Staten Island is the Staten Island Advance and silive.com.
Town Deli, we're glad to be your go-to pizzeria, serving you the best pies, signature sandwiches, and gourmet meals in Staten Island since 1971. Visit us at 5373 Arthur Kill Road to find out why we're the island's best for quick bites and full-sized catering. Whether in person or on location with our food truck making stops and bringing it all to you, Town Deli is where excellence in quality meets taste. Voted the island's best. Stop on in and let us serve you.
And we're back from Great Kills. Still a 1-run ball game. Vermont over New York 1-0. Just 1 hit in the game belongs to the visitors. And they come to bat here in the top of the third looking to add to their lead. 9, 10, 11 to the plate for Vermont. Messier, Winters, and DeFriest.
Number 10, Mackenzie Messier.
Pitch on its way. Swung on and missed. Strike one. Mackenzie Messier at the plate. Extra hitter batting out of the 9 spot for Vermont. A left-handed batter. And there's a swing and a miss for strike two. There's a bouncer, right side, mishandled, foot race to the bag, and Messier wins that race. That's going to be an error on New York. We'll get a look at it on replay.
Now batting the left fielder, number 1, Grace Winters.
Grace Winters, the batter. Here's one more look at that last play. Close over at first, certainly the right call. And it looks like perhaps Messier is a bit shaken up after that one. She's trying to walk it off down the line. She will tough it out and stay over at first base. Taking a look at the sky over the backstop, it doesn't look good. So we are probably a half inning or so away from breaking this one down and moving inside. Grace Winters, the batter here. It's an 0-1 count. And she takes low 1-1. As I mentioned before, should inclement weather roll in, we'll move the broadcast indoors. I think I should be able to see out of the back window, at least a bit. There's a swing and a miss. 1-2 on Winters. That move might take a few minutes, so we would go offline. I'd also have to go retrieve the center field camera from field number 2. That camera is fully exposed to the elements. And there's a called strike 3. Big strikeout there for Messina. Winters goes down looking. That will keep the runner at first with 1 out. Ari DeFriest will be the batter. There's a swing and a miss for strike 1. The 1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And again, Messina has gotten plenty of swings and misses. When she's been in the strike zone, she hasn't given up any solid contact and has gotten plenty of swing throughs. 0-2 the count now. Pitch on its way. Chopped foul. We've seen already in this game, hitters fall behind in 2 strike counts and battle back. If DeFriest could find a way on, that would put 2 on base for the top of the lineup. Messina hoping to avoid that. The 0-2 hit sharply to first, knocked down, and going over to the bag was Passero. Over to second goes Messier. 2 away in the inning now. And back to the top of the lineup. That will bring up Dottie Green, starting pitcher for Vermont. She reached on an error and came around to score back in the first. And a big reason why was a wild pitch that moved her over to second base. There's a chopper to second. Nicely done by the New York infield, and that will do it for the road third. We head to the bottom half of inning number 3. Vermont over New York, 1-0.
Northwell, Staten Island University Hospital, we strive to address the diverse mental health needs for the community. Listen in for some great tips from the Chair of Behavioral Health, Dr. Rashi Agarwal, and Dr. Brahim Ardolik to support positive outcomes.
Awards and Trophy Center is proud to sponsor this week's New York State Little League Championship. Located at 1600 Highland Boulevard on Staten Island, we pride ourselves in not only building trophies, but building relationships, as we service our community and treat you like family. Your event and its achievements deserve the best. That's why Country Awards and Trophy Center is ready to work with all of our clients to make your event a memorable one, with awards, trophies, and gifts that make a lasting impression. Come see why we love our customers and they love us. Visit us today.
And we're back from Great Kills, bottom half of the third inning. Vermont over New York, 1-0. And there is lightning in the distance. So what we are going to do as lightning bolts, if you saw it on your screen, it was beyond the trees at the midway point of the screen. But a storm is coming in. So what we're going to do is try and make it through this half inning and then move inside. I'm not sure if we're going to get that far. And this game may not continue. A lightning strike within 7 miles would delay the game for a half hour. And if you look in the backdrop of our live stream, there are lightning bolts flashing across the screen. So I'm not sure how much longer this game will continue. I'm not sure I've seen anything quite like this. Oh, you look at that backdrop. And the spectators in center field are trying to get them to stop the game. I don't know how the umpires haven't seen it yet. Flashes of lightning in the backdrop. But for now, play continues. Rosalie Tampa is the batter. That pitch in for a strike. And I think we may have to head indoors here. This game probably is going to be stopped after this at bat, if I had to guess. That is a swinging strike 3. And Rosalie Tampa is retired now. We'll see if they stop the game. Why are they still playing? Well, as for us, we're going offline here. This game very likely to be stopped within a few minutes. I'm not sure why they are continuing play as the sky continues to darken, but our equipment can't take the rain. So we're going to head offline here, relocate inside. We'll rejoin you as soon as we can here on the PDF Sports Network. Joe Foreman back with you with a live look in here at Great Kills Little League. It is a torrential downpour right now over Staten Island, and this is expected to continue for the next several hours based on the information we have here at PDF. Our score when our game was suspended due to lightning was 1-0 Vermont over New York. I relocated my setup inside, and the look that you have right now is from the window of our second floor waiting area. We call it the green room effectively here at PDF, but right outside is our perch. We've been broadcasting from outdoors. We are now indoors with a camera in our window, and this is the live look over Great Kills right now. We are not close to resuming softball here this evening, so I would anticipate, and again, this is purely speculation on my part, but I would anticipate that at best we can expect to complete the games that have already started, and then from there, at most, I would say they may be able to get one more in, but I am not optimistic regarding more than the conclusion of our games that have already begun getting completed here tonight. So once we have official word, we will post it in the YouTube live chat on both of our streams. The score on this field, 1-0. It is Vermont over New York. On the other field, it was 5-0. Good start for Pennsylvania against Delaware. So 5-0 and 1-0 our scores on the two fields. Our second stream right now has just the white screen. Nick is actually here with me, but he had the call over on field number 2. And right now that is a 5-0 ball game. Pennsylvania over Delaware there. Vermont over New York by score of 1-0 here. So with that, we are going to step off headset. We are going to throw a graphic on the screen letting everybody know that both of our games are in a lightning delay. And hopefully we do resume softball at some point this evening. However, that does not appear close. We will keep you posted in the live chat. That is where you will get the latest information from us. Our information comes directly from the district and regional administrators here at Great Kills. So we will have the best information as soon as it is passed along. Be sure to check periodically for the return of our live streams. However, I would not expect that for at least a couple of hours. This has been Joe Foreman. Stay locked in here on the PDF Sports Network throughout the next week for coverage of this East Region Softball Championship 10U Division. Vermont over New York right now, 1-0. We are in a lightning delay. Joe Foreman back with you here on the PDF Sports Network. It is the top half of the 4th inning. We have emerged from the other side of a weather delay much earlier than I expected. I did not think we were going to begin play for at least another couple of hours. Instead, the inclement weather has passed through. There was still thunder as of a couple of minutes ago, but as for now, skies are clear. It appears that storm system is moving away from us. And we are back here from Great Kills Little League on Staten Island. When play was stopped, there were 2 outs in the home 3rd inning. And at that time, South Shore had the bases empty to make that Great Kills. I'm all out of sorts right now. I have moved indoors, so I'm broadcasting from inside as that pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. That was Mackenzie Bean at the plate.
Now batting the catcher, number 13, Lily Bringa.
Lily Bringa, the batter. Bringa 0 for 1, grounded out to short her first time up. Effectively, I'm calling the game off of my monitor. I don't have a great view of the outfield. However, I do have a clear view of home plate. Count on Bringa 1-0. And that pitch is taken out of the zone, 2-0. Still getting myself situated here. They gave us word that play would resume 5 minutes before the teams took the field again. So we had to scramble to get ready. Nick helped me out in getting set up over here. He made his way back over to field number 2, and he is on the call there. So if you're looking for that game, that's where you can find Nick. Count 2 balls and 1 strike on Bringa. Pitch on its way. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Runner on first. Well, I had a runner on first. That might have carried over from the last half inning. Indeed, it did. Get rid of that. And at the plate, Bringa strikes out. Strikeout for Adriana Messina.
Now batting the first baseman, number 18.
She's piled those up quickly. That's 2 in the inning. And for the game, she now has 6. That will bring up Lexi Bringa. Bringa had an RBI single back in the first. She's behind here 0-1. The 0-1. In for a called strike 2. Messina 1 strike away for striking out the side a second time. And she does. Swung on and missed by Bringa, strike 3. And for the second time in this game, Adriana Messina has struck out 3 in an inning. We head to the bottom half of inning number 4. Vermont still leads New York 1-0.
Awards and Trophy Center is proud to sponsor this week's New York State Little League Championship. Located at 1600 Highland Boulevard on Staten Island, we pride ourselves in not only building trophies, but building relationships, as we service our community and treat you like family. Your event and its achievements deserve the best. That's why Country Awards and Trophy Center is ready to work with all of our clients to make your event a memorable one, with awards, trophies, and gifts that make a lasting impression. Come see why we love our customers and they love us. Visit us today.
State Little League Championship is proud to have Dave & Buster's as a proud sponsor. Where are you going after the game? There's only one place with delicious food, ice-cold drinks, games on the big screen, and fun for the whole family. Food and drink specials are available all week with the latest video games and the biggest arcade on the island. Redeem tokens for great prizes and come back often because Dave & Buster's is the place to be for game day and all the days in between. Turn on the fun with Dave & Buster's on Staten Island.
And we are back from Great Kills, where Mia Goldberg will lead things off. New York at the plate here, trailing by a score of 1-0. Of course, New York represented by the host, Great Kills Little League. Goldberg bounced out to the pitcher her first time up. She's ahead in the count here, 1-0. That's popped up in foul ground. And it's off the glove of Bringa. Up against the fence. Probably not an error there. But my angle is certainly not the best. I'm probably about 7 or 8 feet to the left of our camera. Our camera is outside. The rest of our setup is inside. And that's the way it's going to stay the rest of the evening here at Field 1. That one is bounced on the infield, handled it short. And Goldberg is retired for out number 1.
Now batting the shortstop, number 2, Madison Pirates.
Madison Pyers will be the batter. Pyers grounded out to second her first time. New York still looking for their first hit in this game. Showing bunt is Pyers, and it rolls foul. The 0-1 coming. And that bounces in 1-1. Trying to move my setup so that I have a better view of outside. Very slowly we're taking shape here. We had to get ready very quickly. One ball and one strike the count. And that is bunted once again down the first base line. And the throw is off the glove of the first baseman, Bringa. That will be an E3 on the drop throw. And Pyers is on with 1 out here in the home 4th inning.
Now batting the third baseman, number 10, Ella Marchese.
Ella Marchese will be the batter. Marchese at the plate also reached on an error back in the first. That one's chopped. Fair ball down the line. It rolls into left field. Heading for third is Pyers. She's in safely. And it's a double for Ella Marchese. A big base hit for the New York third baseman. Their first of the game. And that will put 2 in scoring position with just 1 out here in the home 4th inning.
Now batting the catcher, number 43, Addison Harkins.
That will bring up Addison Harkins. Ball getting away, but not far enough for the runners to think about it. Count 1-0. A look toward the Vermont dugout here. I think they're waiting for a softball. They are. Count now 2-0. So a big opportunity here for New York. Harkins with a 2-0 count, 2 in scoring position following the double by Marchese. And that one is hit into right field, base hit. Or is it? Did they get the out at first? I don't think so. The umpire is obstructed from my view, but that is indeed a base hit, and it is an RBI base hit for Harkins. It's now 1-1. Runners on the corners for New York. We'll get one more look at that last swing in just a moment. Here it is. And coming up throwing from right field and making that a really close play at first was Vanderbush. Credit to her. She made that really close. That pitch is taken high by Amelia Passero. Passero grounded out to third her first time up. The 1-0. Swing and a miss, 1-1. The 1-1. Up high, 2-1. You have to think that perhaps the weather delay has benefited New York a bit here. Chance to regroup. They have their first 2 hits of the game, and just like that, they are out hitting Vermont 2-1. And now it's a 3-ball count. And Green in the circle, who returned from the rain delay right back into the game. She's 1 miss away from loading the bases. The 3-1. Half swing. And she went around 3-2. Passero could not hold up. That looked like ball 4, and it was. They did say she held up. The base umpire is standing between second and third. I think they might be down an umpire. I don't recall if they had just 2 umpires earlier. Perhaps I'm just mistaken. But that does load the bases with 1 out. Adriana Messina with a chance to help her own cause fouls back the first pitch, 0-1. Messina struck out her first time up. And that one missed low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Long wait ahead of the 1-1 pitch. And that skips in for ball 2. A walk here would force in the go-ahead run. And the 2-1 is hit into right field for a base hit. It's still rolling. 1 run in to score. 2 runs in to score. A 3rd run heading home. The throw on its way to the plate. Not in time. It is a bases clearing triple for Adriana Messina. And New York goes in front 4-1. A huge base hit for the New York starting pitcher. And that gives her team a 3-run lead. Sloan Barbolis, the batter now, with New York in front by 3. And they have come storming out of the weather delay. Pun not originally intended, but as it rolled off the tongue, I caught it. And now there will be a conference at the Circle for Vermont. And it's tough as a pitcher to come in immediately following a weather delay and pick up right where you left off. And that is exactly what has been asked of Green. And credit to New York for capitalizing so far to the tune of 4 runs here in the home 4th inning. And they're still going. We are set to resume play. Infield is in for Vermont here. They will not concede the run at third, at least not on a ball to the corner infield. That pitch skips in for ball 1. Barbolis grounded out to third in her first at-bat. The 1-0. Take it for a ball, 2-0. Bottom half of the order up here for New York as the 2-0 pitch comes in, and that's taken low for ball 3, but perhaps some relief in the Circle if you're Green. She's now behind 3-0. Long looking again ahead of the 3-0 pitch as Green takes to the rubber and delivers. And there's a strike, 3-1. Comes 3-1. And that is ball 4. Runners on the corners now for New York. Still just 1 out in the inning. They've hit the ball well here in the 4th, but they've had the benefit of an error and 2 walks as well. That along with 3 hits in the inning, their first 3 hits of the game. At the plate now, Rosalie Tampa. Pitch on its way. And at the letters for a called strike, 0-1. Tampa struck out swinging her first time, as did the on-deck batter, Ariana Tricomi. Tampa steps out of the box for a practice cut. Here comes the 0-1. Up and in, 1 ball and 1 strike. Count even at 1. The runner, meanwhile, moved up to second. That's typical as that gets away to the backstop. I'm still trying to get resituated in here. Should be good by the next half inning, but my perspective is about to get a lot better, at least in terms of viewing the infield. I have to grab one of the high chairs from outside. That'll put me over the top, and we'll be good to go. The count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Pitch. Hit out to shallow right and caught with the outfield in. Tagging is the runner at third. Messina heading home. The throw gets away. Over to third goes Barbolis. And New York has taken a 4-run lead. It's a sacrifice fly off the bat of Rosalie Tampa. The outfield was playing way in there, and that allowed them to get the out on the batter. Tampa retired. Barbolas scores. And there you see the runner taking off from third. The ball came in a bit off target up the third base line. And that pitch is in for a called strike one to Ariana Tricomi. And that pitch is off the catcher's glove, staying put over at third is Barbolas. Count even, 1 ball and 1 strike. Pitch on its way. And that is to the backstop, but you just can't try it here at Great Kills. More often than not, that short backstop combined with the circle being in closer proximity to home plate makes it really tough for a runner from third to score. A bit easier for the pitcher to cover. The short backstop makes it a bit easier on the catcher, and you really have to get a good read on it to score from third base. The 2-1, taken low, ball 3. Green now in danger of issuing her third walk in the inning. The 3-1. Swung on and missed, full count. A big pitch right here. Green has had to work quite hard in this half inning. Would love a strikeout. And she's got it. 2 away now. And make that 3 away. I did not put the out on the board for the sacrifice fly, and that will do it. Our scoreboard also out of sorts following the weather delay. Our inning has not updated. It is the bottom of the 4th inning. We are headed to the top of the 5th. It is New York now leading by 4. Our score 5-1.
The Staten Island Ferry Hawks are proud to be a sponsor of this year's New York State Little League Championship because one championship organization deserves another. Come check out another amazing season with us at Staten Island University Hospital Community Ballpark with great ticket and group deals, theme nights, and fireworks displays. Good luck to all of our teams this week from your friends at the Staten Island Ferry Hawks. We'll see you at the game.
K&S Industrial is your all-in-one supply and tool store for commercial, industrial, and domestic industries. A leader in HVAC supply stores, K&S provides various building and maintenance supplies for office buildings, industrial plants, schools, homes, and more. We also specialize in getting our customers hard-to-find items. If you're looking for HVAC supply stores that also offer anything else you might need, look no further than K&S Industrial. If they make it, we'll get it. K&S Industrial.
And we are back from Great Kills, where New York now leads Vermont by a score of 5-1. It is the top of the 5th inning following a weather delay. We've been back now for about an inning and a half. And since that time, it has been all New York. 5 runs for them on 3 hits. They benefited from an error and a couple of walks. All but one of their batters that reached base scored in the last half inning. And now Vermont will look to answer here in the top of the 5th. Liliana Lowe at the plate, behind 0-1. Lowe hit to a fielder's choice her last time, and she's quickly in a 2-strike hole. The 0-2. In for a called strike 3. Add another strikeout to the stat line for Adriana Messina. She has been dealing. That is strikeout number 8 for her. She struck out the side in the 4th and in the 2nd. Make that strikeout number 9. As that swung on and missed. High fastball, well out of the zone. Zoe Demers at the plate here. She's quickly behind 0-1. Demers struck out her first time, and she's quickly behind 0-2. Early in this game, we saw the pitchers and hitters engaged in some lengthy battles. On the side of Messina now, she's gotten the better of these hitters the last couple of turns through the order, and there's a swing and a miss, another strikeout for the New York right-hander.
Now batting the second baseman, number 3, Nora George.
Nora George will be the batter. It was really in just the first inning that Vermont had significant traffic. We're able to squeeze out a run as George falls behind 0-1 on the bunt attempt. But since that first inning, Messina has recorded 11 outs. 10 of those as that pitch was nullified, I believe. But of the 11 outs she's recorded, 9 of them have come via strikeout, not 10. 10 strikeouts in the game, that is. Yo 1. Swung on and missed, strike 2. Messina looking to strike out the side for the third time. She has punched out 5 straight and 6 of the last 7. Hearing a lot of very familiar chants from the softball dugouts. My experience covering softball only at the collegiate level, as Messina has struck out the side yet again. For the third time in this game, the New York starter has struck out 3 Vermont batters in an inning. Strikeout number 11 for her, and we head to the home 5th. New York looking for some insurance in front by 4.
To sports, why be good when you can be legendary? At Legend Sporting Goods in Brooklyn, we service the community with only the best custom apparel, embroidery, and service, specializing in youth sports, so that the leaders of today become the legends of tomorrow. We're proud to support all of this week's great athletes and invite everyone to check us out and make us a part of your team. Come see why Legend Sporting Goods is in a class by itself. Visit us online or call us now.
Staten Island Academy is the only pre-K through 12 independent school on Staten Island. And it really is designed for students to go through the entire educational experience in one setting.
What the Academy seeks to do is take every student to accelerate their gifts and their strengths and to find those gifts and strengths that are yet unknown.
I think the community is something that you can't match anywhere else. It just makes you feel comfortable doing what you like to do every single day.
And we are back from Great Kills Little League, where New York leads Vermont 5-1. Vermont led for the first half of this game. We then went to a weather delay, and coming out of the weather delay, the New York Bats heated up. 5 runs for them in the home 4th inning, and now they'll look to add to that lead here in the 5th. First pitch of the inning on its way, swung on and missed by Penelope Chiaricella. Chiaricella walked her first time. That came right out of the weather delay, as that's taken up and away, ball 1. That's popped up on the infield. 2 infielders converge, and the catch is made by the first baseman, Bringa. 1 away. That will bring up Amy Goldberg.
The extra hitter, number 11, Amy Goldberg.
Goldberg 0 for 1 was retired in her first at bat, fresh out of the weather delay. She shows bunt and pulls it back, ball one. One 0 is high, 2 balls and no strikes. Two 0. Down and in for ball three. And you always hate to walk the bottom hitter in the order and send it back to the top of the lineup. And typically, the bottom of the order hitters have some speed. And that is out of the zone, ball four. And I'm not sure Goldberg knew it right away, but she reaches via the base on balls, and that will send it back to the top of the lineup. Mia Goldberg to the plate now. Goldberg bounced one back to the circle in the first, grounded out to short in the fourth. First pitch on its way, ground ball right back to the circle again. That's a good job defensively to field her position by Green. Goldberg out 1-3 for the second time, and there are 2 gone in the inning. Over to second goes Amy Goldberg. And Madison Pires will still have a chance with a runner in scoring position. And that pitch in at the knees for a strike, 0-1. The 0-1 sails to the backstop, and that will allow the runner to move up to third. So Goldberg now stands over at third. 2 away in the inning and a 1-1 count. Here comes the 1-1. Slow grounder, right side, played at second. Throw to first in time. And that will do it for New York here in the fifth. We head to the sixth. Vermont coming to bat, trailing by 4.
Tournament would not be possible without the great support of the Staten Island Advance. Not only does the Staten Island Advance have full coverage of the tournament, but we are committed to covering island youth sports year-round and all news close to home. Pick up the paper today and look for great subscriber deals now for our loyal readership. Visit us online at silive.com for news and photos of this week's tournament and all the breaking news on Staten Island, the nation, and the world. The news of Staten Island is the Staten Island Advance and silive.com.
Town Deli, we're glad to be your go-to pizzeria, serving you the best pies, signature sandwiches, and gourmet meals in Staten Island since 1971. Visit us at 5373 Arthur Kill Road to find out why we're the island's best for quick bites and full-sized catering. Whether in person or on location with our food truck making stops and bringing it all to you, Town Deli is where excellence in quality meets taste. Voted the island's best. Stop on in and let us serve you.
And we are back from Great Kills Little League, where New York leads Vermont 5-1 in one of 2 games that open pool play. Pennsylvania taking on Delaware as well over on field number 2, and our PDF colleague Nicholas Bavona has the call for that one. My name is Joe Foreman, with you on the call solo for this game between Vermont and New York, as well as our next game here on field number 1. That will be between Maryland and New Jersey. So that game is coming up shortly after this one. I would imagine they try and get started at 6 if this game ends right here. So we'll see. Vermont hopes to have something to say about that. Serena Vanderbush, the batter. And that pitch is taken low, ball one. After falling behind in the first inning, Adriana Messina has been close to untouchable since. Just one base runner, and that came via an error over at first base. Vanderbush ties the cleat here. That left cleat giving her some problems. All eyes are on you in the batter's box when you're trying to get the cleat retied. And we're ready to go. The 1-0. In for a strike. 1-1. In their half of the sixth, 8, 9, and 10 due up for Vermont. The 1-1 bounces in 2-1. Two-one, foul back. Looked like Vanderbush may have chased on that pitch. That rising pitch, so tempting for a hitter in the game of softball, especially ahead in the count. On a 2-0 pitch, you probably lay that one off, but on 2-1, it just looks so good. That pitch low for ball three, and the count is now full. Vanderbush 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Looking down the order, just about every hitter in the lineup has struck out at least once for Vermont, and Vanderbush goes down looking. Second time she's been retired on strikes. One away here in the sixth. And for Messina, that is her 7th straight punch-out. Mackenzie Messier, the batter. Messier reached on an error, one of the hitters who has not struck out in this game for Vermont. First pitch dribbled foul, 0-1. Messier has not struck out. DeFriest has not struck out. And I am missing one at-bat for Green that occurred right before the rain delay, or perhaps right after. I think it was right before. It was the final out in the third inning. We're waiting the 0-1. Not sure what the delay was. Make it 1-1. That's in for a strike, 1-2. One, two. And there is another strikeout, assuming the count on the board was right. Indeed it was. And there are 2 gone in the inning. Messina has now struck out 8 straight. It will be left to Grace Winters here in the 6th inning. She's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. It is very possible Messina could have one more strikeout than I have in the scorecard, because going back to the top of the lineup, I'm missing Green's out to end the 3rd inning. If that was a strikeout, that's 9 straight now. That pitch is swung on and missed. And it's now 0-2. Crowd getting to make some noise. At the very least, the New York supporters have. The 0-2 to the backstop. Comes the 1-2. And that is in for strike 3 called. What an effort in this game for Adriana Messina and New York. They wrap this game up with a strikeout, and we have gone final in our first pool play matchup. We'll have to check if they beat us to it over on field number 2, But here on Field 1, our final score in this pool play game, New York 5 and Vermont 1. Adriana Messina finished the game with no less than 9 straight strikeouts. It may have been 10. She struck out the side in 4 of 6 innings. And despite the fact that it was not a prolific offensive effort for either team, New York put 5 runs on the board. They made the most of their 3 hits, each team with a couple of errors. Vermont pushed across the run in the first. They also had their lone base hit back in the first inning as they fall to New York by a final score of 5-1. This has been Joe Foreman on the call for this pool play matchup. As I mentioned before, we have another game on this field tonight. That game is coming up next. Originally scheduled for a 5:30 start was the Maryland-New Jersey game. However, that game undoubtedly will be delayed. My expectation is that they will get started with that game at around 6 p.m. So check the link for that stream over on the PDF Sports Network YouTube channel. We have a playlist with each softball broadcast coming up over the next several days listed there. You can find any pool play matchup you are looking for via that playlist. But until next time, once again, Joe Foreman on the call. Our final score, New York 5 and Vermont 1. Coming up next here on Field 1, Maryland and New Jersey. Tune in on the PDF Sports Network.